I'll never say no to a ride to the yarn store, that's for sure.
I have a confession to make. For the Christmas of 2022, I was gifted this absolutely gorgeous breed study, and while I fully intended to finish it by 2023, we are now in 2024 and I am nowhere near finished. So I figured, even though it's March, let's get started again. Hopefully, finish things up before the end of 2024 this time. That's my new resolution. And I'm going to get started with this Lonk breed sample. According to the Fleece and Fiber source book, we don't really know where the Lonk breed gets its name. It could be a callback to one of the early origins of the word for lanky, or it could refer to Lancashire, where this breed has been recorded to have been raised since the early 18th century. Where that origin is for this term, we don't know, but what I can tell you is this is a very unique sort of fiber. It has a very interesting texture to it. The crimp was really visible on mine. And even though it was on the rough side, it definitely wasn't coarse. There was still a lot of loft to it, which you can see in this video. After playing with it some more and really taking a look at the texture, I thought it would lend itself to a carded prep to make it a little bit extra fluffy but still preserve that natural texture. It didn't seem like it really wanted to be combed in my case, so I thought we would just really play with what the fiber naturally wants to do. So I'm going to go ahead and finish carding this up, maybe 2 passes, possibly 3, and then I'll check in with you once that's done.
Okay, so I have the finished bat here. I decided to run it through 3 times total. I stopped filming after the second time and thought it was done, but thought after touching it that it could use maybe one more pass, and I'm so glad I did. Look how fluffy this is. I'm really excited to spin this one up. Overall, carding it was actually really nice too. It went into the drum carder with very little resistance. I really didn't even have to brush it down that much, just a few times. Yeah, this has been so far one of the easiest ones I've had to work with. So now that everything's carded, I'm going to divvy this bat up into 2 using my scale, and then we'll start working on the plies. So this is 1 bobbin full. Can't see it super well on camera, but it has this really nice halo on it, probably from being carded. So it's really coming across as like super fluffy and has a nice halo to it. I wasn't able to be super consistent, or more like for this project, I kept getting distracted and didn't focus so much on consistency. So it's a little bit thick and thin, but I think that's okay. I mean, ultimately, it is just a breed study. I'm not going to like make anyone a scarf or anything. I'll probably just do a quick weaving project with all my samples, but this is one ply. Now it's time to work on the second one.
Now that the plying is done and I'm ready to get everything set up on the Nitty Naughty, I thought now would be a good time to check in and go over some of my thoughts about working with the Lonk fiber. So overall, the spinning experience was actually really nice. I didn't really have any problems with slipping or with things being too coarse on my fingers. I know sometimes when fibers are really rough, it can irritate my skin, but no issues here. I was able to get this yarn a lot more consistent than I was really intending. For the most part, it's all 14 wraps per inch. A few spots are a little bit thicker, but overall, I'm very satisfied with how it turned out. And I think it's going to be even more gorgeous once it's wet finished. Overall, my favorite part about this fiber has been the color. I had the Stricken variety, which means that there is a mixture of light and dark fibers, and it lends such charm to this yarn. It is just so charming and beautiful, but not next to skin friendly, I will say that. So if I were in need of a rug warp or something for a utility fabric, I would reach for this again, but anything else, maybe not. But still, it was a fun spin, and I will probably be giving it an 8 out of 10 in my notes.